Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Also, a very reminder to all people to sign in their attendance and pick up the initial call we open for hours after end of this program. It's also a great pleasure to honor our guest speaker from S3 Mr. Roslan will come on to share with us experience and integrity to the Roslan will be vital. Respect the guests and the biology of our guests. Speaker Mr. Roslan. Mr. Roslan is a senior manager in Philosophy and Governance of
Okay, clear ke?
Yeah, now much better.
Oh, now much better. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm repeat again. Okay, Mr. Roslan will deliver a talk entitled Integrity and Let Make It Simple and Practical. Respected guests and gentlemen, let me spread a brief biology of our guest speaker. Mr. Roslan is a senior manager, Integrity and Governance Unit, Group Risk, Integrity and Governance of SP Setia Berhad. Mr. Roslan obtained a diploma in banking studies from Institute Teknologi Mara in 1988. In 2014, he obtained a Bachelor of Science, Human Resource Development with First Class Honor, and Master of Human Resource Development in 2016 from University Putra Malaysia, UPM. Mr. Roslan is a certified integrity officer by Malaysian Anti-Corruption Academy. Also certified master trainer from Lawrence Walter Master Trainer Academy and registered trainer with Human Resource Development Fund, HRDF. He served Public Bank, DRM, MBF Finance, Perwira Afin Banks, Nation Building Society, Melia Best Neighborhood, Uda Holding. Also appears regularly on local TV show such like Wanita Hari Ini TV3 as motivational consultant. In short, his powerful hands-on 28 years of working experience had exposed him in the field of internal auditing, investigation, organization development, managing of brand of financial institute, sales and marketing, of corporate integrity system. With this respectful call speaker, Mr. Roslan, to deliver his talk. Please, welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Hakim, for the introduction. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wal 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Okay. Can you hear my voice over there, loud and clear, my friend? Okay. As mentioned by Hakim, my name is Roslan bin Hanapiah. I'm a Senior Manager of Integrity and Governance here at YSP City Berhad. Today, I'm going to share with you integrity. Let's make it simple and practical. Okay. Now, before that, I'd like to wish everyone Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Maaf Zahir dan Batin, no matter you are from IUM or from other varsities, because this program is shared live with other varsities as well. Now, so as the name suggests, integrity per se is a boring subject. It's a very dry subject. Okay, so I try my very best to make it simple and practical so that you can absorb as much information, as much knowledge as possible from this particular session. It's not only for you, it's also for me, the one who share with you this session, right? So now, these are the objectives that we tend to achieve for this particular sessions. Number one, we want to identify our potentials to be a better and meaningful person in life. Okay, sometimes we rate ourselves as biasa-biasa saja. Sometimes to other people, this biasa-biasa means something to them. Okay, though we try to share it in a very simple, in a layman terms and whatnot, but some of the points sometimes, you know, it's something that we just heard for the first time in our life, maybe. Second one is to know, understand, and ready to use integrity as basis for individual excellence. Okay, no matter what the things that we do, if we have the basis of integrity, akhlaq, this kind of thing, so this is the basis for us to achieve individual excellence. And then an inspiring change agent who can make positive differences to self and others. Okay, when you have integrity in your life, we have integrity in our daily life, practice and whatnot, we can be an inspiring change agent. Sometimes people come to us asking for, you know, for kind of sharing, ask for our opinion, ask for our help and whatnot. But sometimes we are just doing anything, but we ourselves can make difference to our surroundings and whatnot. And then always strive to give our best in life for superior results. Okay, now this is the overall objective that we tend to achieve: to understand, appreciate, and practice of integrity values and having accountability while we perform our job. No matter where you are, as I said, whether you are in IIUM, you are in other varsities as well, we ourselves have a lot of responsibility and we're accountable to what we do. Okay, as simple as that. Now, before we go further, though Hakim already mentioned about me just now, I just to recap what being said just now. So yes, I'm a diploma in banking holders from ITM Shah Alam way back in 1988. Okay. It was still ITM, not University Technology Malaysia, what we know today. Okay, only after 26 years, I got my first bachelor degree. Okay, only after 26 years, meaning that within that 26 years, I have a lot of responsibility that I need to fulfill for myself, my family, my wife, my children, and all that. Only when my child start growing, okay, they start growing and whatnot, I have more time for myself. Then only I start to acquire this Bachelor of Science of Human Resource. It's a PJJ program from UPM. Then I'm also a certified integrity officer from Makkah, graduated in 2014. A certified master trainer by Roslan Master Trainers Academy in 2016. To be frank, some of you here are lecturers and whatnot, okay? For a certified master trainer, for lecturers and whatnot, it is best for us to meet in person, right? To meet in person so that we can see each other, can see look at our body language and whatnot, so that the satisfactions, the satisfaction in delivering this particular subject is much more, it's pretty more than what we can do that via this virtual session. Okay, and then I hold a Master's Human Resource Development from UPM in 2016. Then HRDF registered trainer, and I'm also ahli integrity of Institute Integrity Malaysia 2018. Okay, and then just also recap from my working experience, I started my career as an internal audit officer with Public Bank Berhad. Why Public Bank? Because when I did my diploma in banking studies in ITM, I obtained Public Bank scholarship. Okay, for the last 2 years during my studies and whatnot. And then I was one of the two recipients for this Public Bank scholarship for the whole of ITM. One of them is from the accountancy school, and another one from me. For me, okay. Am I the brightest student in ITM at that time for the IB or for the whole of business school? No. I don't even receive a dean's list where I perform my diploma in ITM. No, not even one. But sometimes it's not just academic qualification alone. Okay, sometimes your contribution to the varsity, to the Institute of Higher Learning and whatnot, give you higher marks compared to others. Others, they are bookworms. Okay, they can score every semester, dean's list every semester, day in day out. But year in year out. But then sometimes they are, they don't expose themselves to other related experience in the university. So because of that, I need to serve Public Bank for 3 years minimum. But this was not my ambition. My ambition was to be a police officer. Why? I stay in a police barrack. My late father was a police constable. Then I told myself, if my father is a police constable, I need to change the color of the uniform. Okay, I want to be a police officer in the force. Then I realized my dream, but I cannot stay in this force much longer because there's a lot of pulling factors at that time. But I'm going to share with you shortly with other experience in that place and whatnot. Then I left police. I joined MBF Finance as audit assistant manager. Then I moved to Perwira Affin Bank as internal audit manager and became the number 2 head of audit, the deputy head of audit of MBSB. Then they promoted me and I became, MBSB Kuantan branch manager. Then I left MBSB, I joined a company related to Syekh Faizaz in Berhad, okay, that deals with rice and spices and whatnot. And then I've been exposed to all aspects of this company, from administration and finance, sales and marketing, logistics and productions. Okay, and then I came back to the corporate world and joined Udah Holdings Berhad, initially as the internal audit manager, then became the head of organizational development, human resource management, and became the first head group integrity department, okay, for Udah Holdings Berhad. And then I became a freelance trainer and motivator, and today I came back to the corporate world to be a senior manager of integrity and governance unit for SPCT Berhad. So these were my working experience that I have so far until today. So based on all this experience, if you can see, from my first job until my 6th job, it's all related to audit. Okay, and how many of you who's in front of me right now is willing and really welcome group internal audit to come and check your work? Anyone? Any of you really welcome audit and to come check your work? Okay, is any one of you? But sometimes people say that audit are fault finders. This is what people said lah, audit are fault finders. But I proved that for more than 16 years in internal audit, I make more friends than enemies. Okay, I make more friends than enemies. Of course, you need to get the right approach. You need to get to make friends with people first before we start audit them and whatnot. Okay, but Chinese proverb said, if you are not doing anything wrong, then why worry? Why worry? Okay, so that's the thing. So from all the experience that I had during my working experience, there's one thing that I learned. You will never, no matter where you go, you will never find a perfect organization. That one for sure. Okay, if you look for salary, yes, we get your salary. If you want to go for higher position, you'll get that position. You want to get, you want to have something better in terms of the package and whatnot, you will get it. But again, it's not a perfect organization. So try to adapt ourselves with the new situation and environment. No matter where you go, adapt yourself to the situation and environment. Okay, make yourself as part of the team. Then number two, self-compromise that you'll never find a perfect organization. Okay, self-compromise. Okay, then don't easily disappointed if your expectation or wish did not materialize. This is part of our learning process. Okay, this is part of our learning process. Okay, sometimes you can see the success. Sometimes you can feel the excitement of being promoted. Sometimes you can feel the excitement of getting better increment, better bonuses compared to other staffs and whatnot. But if the thing doesn't come your way, please do not be so disappointed. Okay, and then remember that we are talented and we are capable and have the skills and experience to explore new things. If you are not happy at where you are just now, please don't blame the organization. Please don't blame yourself, but think of something else. We are talented, we have the skills, we have the qualifications, then we can explore new things, okay? And remember, we are still alive. We are still in this world, okay? We are still in this world. Our expiry date is not due yet, okay? The expiry date has been there already, but we don't know about it. But when you're still alive, just give our best, okay? We just give our best and hope that whatever things that we share, like for example, this session today, will give some, some inspirations to some of you. Okay, now, like what been mentioned by Hakim just now, any one of you has seen me somewhere before? Okay, I've appeared in Wanita Hari Ini as motivational consultant. Okay, so this was my first experience on live on TV in July 2016. This was my first experience, yeah. And then I just want to share with you, for this particular live program, it will be at 12 p.m. every day, okay? Monday to Saturday, okay? Live at 12 p.m. So since this was my first experience, the live at 12 o'clock, but at 9 a.m. I already reached Seri Pentas, okay? The Police Bantuan of Seri Pentas a bit reluctant to allow me to come in at that time, because even the Malaysia Hari Ini is still on air then. Then I told them, please allow me to come in. Because I'm afraid that since this is my first experience, this is my first impression to the crews and the production teams and whatnot, you need to impress them that you are someone with integrity. You are the one who really manage your time very well. Because I really don't want when they I haven't reached Seri Pentas, they keep on going, Cik Roslan dekat mana where you are, we are about to end now, blah, 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 this kind of thing. So I want to avoid that. Since I want to avoid that, so I make myself present much earlier than the real times and whatnot. Okay, and then this is my other experience on TV, and this one, Sudatu Yusuf Aslam and his wife, and then this Johan, and then this one with Kak Lina Pompom and Datuk Fiz Fairuz. And then this was the last appearance on Friday, 25th March 2022. I was together with Sharina Datuk Rizwan, and then hosted by Fatin and Fahrin in the studio. Okay, so this is my 37 experience. For your information, yesterday I received another WhatsApp from the producer, wanted to to call me to appear on TV live from the studio coming Monday. So since I'm now working with Expositor, so I'm not able to fulfill their request and whatnot. But one thing for sure, my friend, okay, if you are given such an opportunity, do not miss it. Do not mess it up. So show that what you are capable of. Yeah, show that what you are capable of. Okay, even after I left my freelance training and motivations and whatnot, they are still looking for me to appear on TV from time to time. So this is what something we say that you do your best. You don't know what makes people fall in love with you, okay, for this kind of things and whatnot. So allow me to share some of this video clip that I appeared on TV about a few years ago.
Sorry, Encik Roslan. Tak ada sound.
Okay. I know where. Allow me to share again. Thank you. Okay, I made this mistake. Thank you very much. Okay, let me share. Sekejap.
Kita tak peduli.
Sekejap
Wanita di luar sana, anda memang hebat. Okay. Kita tanya pada Cik Roslan. Okay. Jatuh cinta kali pertama, kali kedua. Orang kata jatuh cinta kali pertama tu memang sangat seronok lah. Macam Cik Roslan kata tadi. Okay, jatuh cinta kali kedua berbeza keadaannya. Tapi kalau pada pendapat Cik Roslan, mana yang lebih manis dan cabarannya yang lebih hebat?
Baik, kedua-duanya of course ada cabaran, Farin. Memang ada cabaran, okay? Maknanya yang pertama itu kita kata cinta itu buta. Betul. So maknanya apa juga orang kata halangan kau tak sesuai, kita tak peduli. Kita dah nampak dah matlamat dia akan jadi apa. Itu yang awal-awal dululah. So once kita dah ambil dia sebagai isteri, dah duduk dalam rumah tangga kita dan sebagainya, suami khususnya dia kena sedar bahawa sedikit sebanyak tumpuan pada dia akan sedikit berkurangan apabila isteri sudah ada anak. Kurang. Bila dia anak dua, dia lagi kurang. 3, dia lagi kurang. Jadi, suami pula, jangan kau merajuk sama macam anak-anak. Tak boleh. Merajuk juga. Tapi lebih profesional lah, Dato'.
Yes.
Dia lebih
Kadang-kadang yang merajuk tu, yang tambah anak tu.
Ini menarik. Yang ini menarik kan?
Nak pujuk tu kan? Cara pujuk tu.
Merajuk juga. Tambah juga. Itu hebat. Okay? Cuma dalam konteks cinta kali kedua ni, saya ingin masukkan satu benda yang baru itu, bila privacy kembali. Kan? Maknanya bila anak-anak semakin berbesar, privacy yang dulu asal-asal tu dia akan datang balik. Tapi bila privacy kedua ni datang, kita sudah berusia ya. Kita sudah berusia. Tapi suami yang baik, yang hebat kena lihat isteri hari ini walaupun umurnya mencecah 50, dia masih sejelita kita kenal dia 25 tahun yang dulu. Itu kena ada. Kalau you dapat benda tu, Farin, okey.
Okay, this just one of the many clips that I have with Wanita Hari Ini. So if you want to know more about some of the videos that are being uploaded in the YouTube, or even you go to this Wanita Hari Ini Facebook, there's a lot more videos from me. Okay, you just the way I appeared as the guest motivational consultant. All right, now the person who introduced me to this program is Datuk Dr. Haji Muhammad Fazilah Kamsah. Okay, I met him in March 2016. Okay, my intention when I met him said, I want to be like him. Okay, I want to be like him. I jumpa dia, Dato', I want to be like you. Okay, I can deliver your modules, I can speak the way you speak and blah, blah, blah. That's that kind of thing. Okay, so since I met him for the first time in person with this kind of discussions and whatnot, so our conversation lasts about 3 hours. If Dato' has other things which is more important than this conversation, can just say that, Roslan, thanks for coming. I only have 10 minutes with you, for example. Okay, but we chat until last almost 3 hours. And then Dato' told me, Roslan, if you want to be like me, you need to be known to others. Have you appeared on TV before? I said, Dato', yes. I appeared on TV way back in 1979, but I appeared on TV as a dancer. Okay, I performed from my school in front of Kota Formosa, Melaka, way back in 1979. But that one got nothing to do with what I want to do today. Then Datuk said, in front of me, he make a loudspeaker and call the senior producer of Wanita Hari Ini. Then introduced me as his friend. Said that, Jah, please take this number. When you are free in the studio, please call him and make him appear on TV and whatnot. So that was the remarks given by Datuk to the senior producer. I thought it's something like, it's like a dream. Okay? Until one day I received a message from one of the producers wanted me to appear on TV for the first time, but I have to turn down the offers and whatnot because I need to send my son to Matric Johor for the registration. And then for the second time, when they invite me again, I was facing my final exam for my master's program in UKM. Then came to the third one. I thought that, when people try to invite you for the first, second time, then you turn it down. Then I thought that this guy has got problem with it, for example. But again, the pointer comes again. And this is the time when you really need to show what are you capable of. So you don't know your talent and capability until someone else says so. I don't know that I have this capability. I can speak in front of people like this, though I have the the certificate as a certified master trainers and whatnot. But sometimes your skills, you don't know what you are capable of until someone else who are so seasoned, they are so talented in that particular areas and whatnot. See that, hey, you also have this capability, for example, and then use every opportunity wisely. Sometimes you are been given the opportunity by your head of department to present on something, for example, or sometimes in a small unit and whatnot, you are given a task for you to deliver. So use that opportunity wisely. And then as I said earlier, we'll never know what makes people fall in love with us. If I was not performing like what being expected by the crew and the production team and whatnot, perhaps I just last after few series with Wanita Hari ini. But when I get a very good feedback from them, they kata, Encik Roslan, please, you can joke sad, you can give whatever things that mean being humor in nature and whatnot, then make it lively. So when I hit to their feedbacks and whatnot, more and more time they call me for the new sessions and whatnot. Now, for whatever task given, give our best and fullest heart without expecting something in return. Okay? I love to say that, Encik Roslan, you did very well. Hakim, you did very well. Puan Fazia, you did very well just now. So things like that. Let others, give feedbacks about us. Don't say, hey, I'm very good just now. No, please don't do that. All right? And then prove that what we are capable of and do not waste the opportunity given. Perhaps my appearance in Wanita Hari Ini in July 2016 was the first and the last one. But when you continue to receive more and more invitation, then you know that for every opportunity that comes in, we give our best. Okay? And then one thing to remember, opportunity never knocks twice. Okay? Now, so wide meaning and applications of integrity. We're in segment number 2 now. Okay. So what is integrity to all of you? What is integrity? Okay. Since it's a bit difficult for us to have this kind of chat, this virtual session and whatnot, integrity could mean any of these words. Any of these words. Okay. Can be ethic, can be honesty, can be sincerity, loyalty, trust, respect, so on and so forth. You can name it. All right. Now, this is one of the quotes I want to share. Integrity is doing the right thing even no one is watching. Okay? No matter where you are in IIUM, there are times when you are alone. There are times when you do your work, your supervisor is not sitting next to you. Your head of department is not sitting next to you. So this is the opportunity for you to show what you are capable of. You are doing the right thing even the boss is around, the boss is not around, you're still giving your best. So that's integrity, number 1. Number 2, this is what I shared just now. When I ask you the question, how many of you really welcome group internal audit to come and check your works? But please remember this Chinese proverb: if you don't have anyone to find out, if you don't want anyone to find out, then don't do it. If you don't want others to know the funny thing that you do, please don't do it. Just avoid it. Okay? Okay? Say it audit anymore, Roslan, or shoot you. Now, wrong is wrong, even everyone is doing it. Right is right, even no one is doing it. Okay? Take a look at this photo. Okay? Most of the time, my view will be blamed. Okay? Most of the time lah. Sometimes kita baca at the social media and whatnot. My view always take the center stage for certain reasons lah. But in this case, in this photo, my view did the right thing. Okay? Is parking like what? Being with the lines and whatnot. This is where it should park. This is how it should be parked. But rest of the cars is not parked like what the Myvi did. Okay, even the rest is doing like that doesn't mean that they are right. Okay, so this is the same thing, my friend. Sometimes you know that the thing is wrong, but you see that since everybody is doing it, it's right. No, it's still wrong. Okay, now. So this is one of the photos that they captured during the Japanese tsunami in March 2011. Look at the queue. Look at how this Japanese tsunami victim queue up at the center, whereby they are supposed to receive some aids from these particular centers and whatnot. Look at how they queue up. Okay? Look at how they queue up and show me where is the army personnel. Where is the police personnel or even rela per se in our situation? None. Because in their situation, they still know how to behave. There's no queue jumping. Just wait for their turn. Okay, if they were to queue up like that, let it be. So this happened during the Japanese Islamic when their integrity is tested at the max. Okay, but take a look at what happened in our beloved country, Malaysia. This was the situation when the Sultan of Johor launched the Perumahan Mampu Milik in Johor Bahru a few years back. And these are how the Malaysians, particularly our Johorians, queue up in this particular building. Okay, even we have police personnel, security personnel in these videos and whatnot, they just ignore because everybody is eyeing for their own personal interest. Okay, so this is the situation in Malaysia, my friend. This is one of the situations the video captured in Johor. Then take a look at this second video, also happened in Malaysia. Okay, this is another situation in Malaysia. Happened in Stadium Sultan Ismail Nasiruddin Shah, Kuala Terengganu. Of course, these are not the tsunami victims, but these are the eager football fans of Terengganu who tried to get the final Piala Malaysia ticket, Terengganu versus Perak. Okay, look at how they queue up. No matter what, I have to step on whoever shoulders, head and whatnot, but what they are eager most is the ticket. Okay, ticket. So this what happened in our beloved country, Malaysia. Okay, look at the integrity. Now, take a look at this beautiful video, also happened in Malaysia. This is a group of Japanese rugby players who came to Malaysia to participate in a rugby tournament at Malay College Kuala Kangsar, Perak. Okay. These Japanese rugby players, what they showed to us was that they came to Malaysia to participate in a rugby tournament. But then, before the game is called, they pick up all the cigarette butts left behind by the Malaysian fans. The Japanese spotting their integrity outside of their country. But our people in Malaysia, they don't feel guilty of throwing the rubbish here and there. Okay? So this is the beauty of integrity that been shown by others for our people in Malaysia. Whether we want to learn or we say that this in Japan you can do it lah. In Malaysia we are different. We have a different sets of integrity, for example. But at the end of the day, you make a call. And take a look at this another beautiful video about the traffic in Africa. Okay, people say that Africa is a third world country. Their roads they have these big junctions and whatnot with no traffic lights. No lines on the roads, or rather the lines so blur and whatnot. But yet, no accident, my friend. Okay. No accident. If you were to take the driving license in Africa, how many times that you need to go through the test before you being awarded the license? Okay, think about it. If you can drive in Africa, you can drive in anywhere in the world. Okay, this again is another beauty, of integrity that's shown to us by people of other countries. Okay, before end of Ramadan, I had the opportunity with other management team to go to Vietnam. Okay, we had our project in Vietnam. I went to Vietnam for 4 days, 3 nights in Vietnam before the Eid of Hari Raya. Okay, again, if you went to Vietnam, similar situation in Vietnam. There are so many, motorbikes on the roads and whatnot. Not so many cars. There are cars, but not as many as motorbikes and whatnot. And yet, no accident. Okay, the road system is much worse than Malaysia, but the level of tolerance is very, very high. In our country, Malaysia, we have the first-class facilities, but sometimes people say that we have the third world or third-class mentality. And we have to admit the fact that we are one of the highest road accidents cases in the world. And the way our drivers drive on our roads, highways and whatnot, we are among the top 10, the worst drivers that we have in this particular world. So please think about it. Now, so there are other integrity reminders in Islam, as mentioned by Al-Baqarah, ayat 42. Do not mix the truth with falsehood or consider truth while you know it. Then, in Christianity, you must not distort justice, you must not show partiality, and you must not accept bribes. Okay? Then, in Confucianism, wealth gained by righteousness will not last. This is what Confucius said. Okay? Sometimes people like to have more and more wealth, more and more wealth. They are counting their wealth. How much do I have today? How much do I have the next day? How much I'm going to accumulate at the end of the year, for example. But if you get it from the wrong, from whatever ill reasons and whatnot, it will not last. Now, then in Taoism, to accumulate wealth and treasures in excess equivalent to robbery and crime is what our said. Okay. Each and every religions, they have some good reminders about all these things. Islam for sure lah. Okay. So basically, human beings, they have all these good values. Okay. Just a matter whether they want to do it or not. Okay. There's another challenge. Now, integrity means we know and understand any of the good values. We do it and we practice it in our life. First thing first, we know and understand any of the good values. Being punctual, good values. Submitting your work on time or ahead of schedule is another good values. Saying thank you to your colleagues is another good values. And then pick up all the rubbish left behind by we don't know who. When we clean the place, it's also another good values. But how much do we do it? How much do we practice it? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But in integrity, once we know about it, you understand about it, of all these good values, you do it, you practice it, then once you do it, you feel happy about it. And others will be happy too. That's integrity. This is the conclusion that I made from my own personal experience. Yeah. So whatever good values that you know and do, when you do it, not only you who are happy about it, others will be happy too. Okay, so that is what I mean by integrity. Let's make it simple and practical. Now, these are the 6 pillars of integrity. Number 1, you learn to know what integrity is all about. Okay, it's not just to have a subject on integrity in the varsity and get the students score it, get 4 flats and whatnot. It's not just that. You learn to know about it, then you do it. The second one, learn to do it. Then the third one, learn to live with it. So it's not just Puan Fauzia and her team in the integrity of IIUM. It's not just that unit, but the whole staff of IIM also practice the same thing. It's all these good values. Then you can have new integrity culture in IIUM. Then learn to be, if you are now not in the right frame of mind, the way you act and whatnot is not so in line with the integrity values and whatnot, then learn to be to change for it in life to be a better person. And then number 5, learn to disseminate whatever things that I share in this particular session. If you think that it's meaningful, can be shared, please share it with other people. Okay, and if you have the passion, you have the skills, you have the opportunity to teach others about integrity, please be on the center stage and share this integrity with whoever else who is not in this particular session. Okay, now, the difference between ethics and integrity. In ethics, we talk about the rules and regulations. It's not a choice and can be imposed. What does it mean? If you decided to work with IIUM, okay, you'll be given an offer letter. Of course, you go through the induction process and whatnot. then you need to accept the code of conduct of IIUM. You cannot say that once you join IIUM, I'm sorry, I cannot follow these rules and regulation. So this code of ethics does not align with my personal values. No such thing, because there's nobody in this particular session that you are being forced to work with IIUM. Am I right? None of you have been forced to work with IIUM, or maybe in other varsities. None of you have been forced. But we are the one who offer ourselves to work with IIUM. And the moment we say yes, the moment we put our signature on the offer letter and whatnot, then all these regulations is not a choice anymore to us. In fact, if you were to go against all these rules and regulations, code of conduct, business ethics and whatnot, then disciplinary action can be taken against us. Okay. Now, take a look at integrity. Integrity means the quality of being honest and fair is a personal choice and cannot be imposed. As I said, you know about all these good values, but whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, it's your own personal choice. It's our own personal choice. Everybody knows that the speed limit of our highway is 110 kilometers an hour. Even though in Ras Hari Raya, many of us spend more than the normal ordinary hours on the highways. Am I right? Okay. But everybody knows that 110 kilometers is the speed limit. But there are many cars you can see on the road who spend more than that. They only respect the camera at certain spot on the highway. Other than that, we decide how much we want to put the pressure on the pedal. Okay, so integrity is a choice. If you want to do it, or you don't want to do it willingly. Okay, so ethics is something external, my friend. Integrity is something internal. You decide whether you want to do it or not. Okay, now we go to segment number 3 now. We and work. Okay, we and work. First thing first, why we are working? Is it because just to make a living? Because it's for the sake of someone well-being. Okay, kita nak membahagiakan makhluk, for example, and enrich working experience. I proved that already. I serve 9 organizations so far. So just to enrich my working experience, learn more and more things and whatnot, then I accumulate it for now. When I'm working with Setia, I use it in things with Setia. So if I were to be called for this to share on this particular session and whatnot, I share again all my experience and whatnot, so that you can learn something from me. And then, of course, it's part of Islamic teachings. And because of ambition, is it really your ambition to work with IIUM? I don't know. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, during my working experience, my only ambition is to work with the police force. Alhamdulillah. Excuse me for that. Okay, my only ambition is to be the police officer. The rest is not ambition anymore. It's more like just to make a living and whatnot. And along the line, I gain more and more experience. Okay, it's part of our life requirements. It's because of our responsibility, and we need to work because we need to do some savings. Okay, saving for what? For our own self, to get married, to go to perform our umrah, haji, and whatnot. So we need to have these savings, and also our growing children need some money for their studies and whatnot. Okay, and perhaps for whatever reasons lah. Now, how do you justify your existence in IIUM? How do you justify your existence in IIUM? I don't have the reason. You have your own personal reason why may you exist in IIUM. Okay, now, and come to the question, why are you here? Is it because of the salary? Is it because I have the skills and talent? That's why I'm here in IIUM. Is it because IIUM has a big name and reputation? There are many out there who are eager to be part of this IIUM, but they have yet to have the opportunity and rizki to be part of this IIUM. Or perhaps my parents worked here before. I don't know. For some of you, maybe yes. Okay, this also happened in other works and whatnot. For example, like my former father, my late father, who is a police officer. I also want to be like a policeman like him, but I want to change the color of the uniform. And I did that. Then, is it because of others that want me to be here? It's not because of me, but others want me to be here. Okay, and I have no choice. I have no choice. If I don't take this job, perhaps I don't get any of this similar job somewhere else. Example only. And then I'm just following friends. They wanted, and they join IIM, so that I follow him lah. For example, so IUM needs someone like me. Is it because of this? IUM needs someone like you. Of course, you have the skill, you have the experience, you have the qualifications, you have the talent to be part of the IUM teams and whatnot. So you fit with all the criteria that they set. Then that's why you are here today. And perhaps the last one, but not least, I don't know why I'm here. Okay, so these could be some of the reasons for you for some of the questions that I asked just now. And then if you are happy at work, my friends, you could be someone in this video. When you are happy at work, this will happen. If you want to do like this, please take a photo before and after it, before this. Is it because of the knife? Is it because of the skill of the person? Okay, think about it.
Mariano como corta.
Okay, so if you are happy at work, happy at what you are doing, that's how you're going to perform at work. Even you are doing the same thing day in, day out and whatnot, you give your heart, you give your soul to your work and whatnot. So the output, the results of whatever things that you do is going to be different with others. And this is another beautiful video when you are happy at work. So no matter where you go, okay, no matter which organization that you're attached with and whatnot, there are always being these three categories of workers. Number one, we call it an engaged worker. Employees who work with passion and feel profound connection to the organization. They drive innovation and move the organization forward. These are the group of people who really move the organization, who really have passion to come to work. You know, sometimes for this kind of people, 5-day week is not enough. They want to contribute more. And then when they are not in the office, every people will start asking, hey, where's Roslan? Where's Pontauzia? Where's Hakim? This kind of thing. Okay? Because they really they are very passionate in their work and whatnot. And these are a group of people who move this organization to the next level and whatnot. Secondly, we call it not engaged. They check in right in the morning, no problem, but they are not in the working place throughout the day. Okay, sometimes you can see him or her in this block, something in another block, at this floor, and in the lobby, so on and so forth. Okay, they are coming to work, they are not doing their work. And last but not least, we call it actively disengaged workers. They are not just unhappy with the work, then they keep on blaming about the organization lah, and they blame about those who are the engaged workers and whatnot. They blame others who have passions in their work. Okay, they blame others for that. Okay, they are not doing anything, they're not contributing much to organization, but they are the ones who have most complaints about the particular organization. Okay, now in my throughout my working experience, I've seen all this group of people. Okay, now then who are you in IUM? Are you an ideas contributor? Are you contributing ideas? Okay, keep on giving fresh ideas and whatnot. Are you a problem solver? Okay, are you a problem solver? Are you an executor? You give whatever things to him or her, they will execute it, no problem. Okay, are you just an executor? Or are you a planner? Okay, are you a planner? You plan ahead for the IIUM. What next in the next 3 months, 6 months? What is going to happen during the pandemic, after post-pandemic and whatnot? Are you a planner, or are you just a mando? Okay, we just look here and there, look at others, what people are doing and whatnot, but you yourself is not doing anything. And are you just a gossiper, or you're merely a netizen? Okay, you look for new and fresh gossips in the campus and whatnot and spread it around and whatnot, for example. Or are you a thinker? Are you a thinker? You think about what will happen to IIUM in the next 5 years, 10 years, okay? Think about how you are going to develop your own personnel, okay? The succession planning, for example, and whatever things for their career development and whatnot. And then, are you the movers who make things happen, okay? That make things happen in IIUM? Or are you just a follower? Are you just a follower? Okay, you just give whatever things that I'm supposed to do, then I just follow. Just follow with the flow. Okay, and then in which category that you in? Are you someone to say that I don't know and I don't do it? They don't do it because they don't know what that is still the thing they need to do. Or are you, I don't know about it, but I'm just following the flow. Okay, I'm just following the flow. And then I know, but I will do it when I have the time. So, okay, I know it when the time to meet. If not, then yes, I know about it, but I cannot do it. I don't have the time for it. Or I know about it, but I don't do it. I just ignore it. Okay, then I'm just following the instruction. Or last but not least, I'm on my own. This refers to the situations whereby sometimes we have new joiners, right? You have new joiners, new freshies in our colleagues and whatnot. Sometimes this group of people, they are on their own. They try to learn from the senior, but senior just ignore them. Even last time when I came and joined this department, and nobody teach me, so you have to be on your own, learn yourself, for example. And I really hope that this particular syndrome is not happen in IIUM. But based on my working experience, I've gone through this. Okay. Now, what can be expected from me, from us? Is it honesty? Is it because of trustworthy? Is it because of our sincerity, loyalty, smartness? We respect each other, customer or community friendly. Now, when you say that, when you represent your varsity, I'm from IIUM. Be proud to say that, yes, I am from IIUM, for example. And then when there's any outsiders come to IIUM, you are more than happy to approach him or her. You are a very friendly guy because you are carrying the image of your organization. Okay, but some people somehow or other, sometimes we don't understand how this kind of people, they manage to be as part of the organization. Yeah, as part of it. And more in the worst case scenario, we put them at the front line. Okay, as a frontliner, okay, as the customer service and whatnot. These are the things that may give a bad image to the universities and whatnot. And then, is it because of our friendship? Is it because of the achievement, reliability? We are someone who can be reliable of by our colleagues and whatnot. Is it because of obedience, ethics, fairness, effectiveness, amanah, proactive, accountability, teamwork, discipline, and perseverance? So these are the values of integrity that you may have, you may possess. Sometimes we might not have everything, but you have part of it. But your job, if you have integrity, my friend, you are trying to explore more and more and try to put it in practice in your daily life. Okay? Now, let us take care of our keberkatan rezeki. Think about some of these statements. Yeah, were you being forced to work for IIUM? I don't know. You have the answer. Have you promised that you will work hard, give your best to the job, and obey the related rules and ethical work standard while you serve IIUM? Did you ever think, if you reflect back on the day when you were called for interview? Okay, you called for interview to be part of IIUM. Part of staff of the IIUM. What things that are being promised to the panel members of the panel interviewer? What have you been said? What have been promised to them? The question now is that, have you realized whatever thing that you promised earlier? This part of integrity. And then from the total hours that you are required to serve IIUM, how many hours that you really give it to the employer? I don't have the answer, but you have it. And then, did you realize the situation? Now, we continue. Were you doing it on your own will, or you were following others? Remember just now, when I say that, you are just a followers. Are you doing it? Are you giving, for example, you need to work for IIUM, right, from 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe until 4:30, or maybe until 5 in the afternoon. Okay, so did you really give that 8 hours solid for IIUM? Or if you give less than that, is it you do it on your own will, or you're following others? I don't know. You have the answer for that. Then, have you ever feel guilty of using the official working hours to settle your personal matters? I don't have the answer. Then, do you wish to change for the better? Okay, if you were to do self-correctness or muhasabah diri, then you realize that you need to change for the better. Okay, whatever things in the past, let it pass. Now, from this point onwards, as you go, you will explore more things in your life. Let us change for the better. And what stops you from making a positive change? And more often than not, the answer that stops you from making a positive change is our own self. Okay, it's our own self. Now, consider this. If you know and understand about integrity and realize the purpose why you exist in IUM, then the code of ethics is not needed. Okay? Because you know how to take care of yourself and you are super sensitive about your keberkatan rezeki. Okay? These are the codes that I developed over years so that I want to share with you. Okay? With the academicians, with all these staff of Institute of Higher Learnings this morning. Okay? So if you really understand why we exist in IIUM, even in other varsities, then we are sensitive about this keberkatan rezeki, then this code of conduct or code of ethics is not needed because we can take care of our own self. Okay, now allow me to share this true story. Okay, that I got it from Dr. Maisarah Muhammad Saad. Okay, she's one of the senior lecturer of UTM Skudai. I met her a couple of years ago in Kulai, Johor. We were together in the panels of forum where I was the moderator. She was one of the panel members. Yeah, and then she shared with us her life experience in UTM. Now, some of you, I understand, are lecturers in this particular session. So she shared her experience with us during that particular forum. He said that there are times in the university whereby students is not in the campus because of semester break or long holidays and whatnot. Okay, students is not they are having a semester break or semester holidays and whatnot. And during that season, during that time, there are not many students left in the campus. Okay, they have less consultation. They have need theory completed to marking all the papers and put all the results in the system or not. Basically, she got nothing else that she owe UTM. But the 8 working hours is still meant for UTM. So what she did, she said, at times when she got nothing else to do and whatnot, she left the campus and went back home earlier than usual. Okay, when he reached back home, then his father, this Muhammad Saad, look at her. Then start to ask Dr. Maisarah, balik awal hari ni? Yes, Abah, dekat campus tak ada apa-apa, paper dah tanda, tak ada consultation, student pun tak ada nak jumpa, so saya balik awal lah. And please remember, Dr. Maisarah is leaving the campus and go back straight home. To his family's home. Okay, she's not going to IKEA, to Aeon. No, she went back home direct from Skudai right to her parents' home. And then this situation happened quite sometimes until one day this Muhammad Saad go and advise Dr. Maisarah. He said like this, something like this: Maisarah, at the end of this year, you take 1 week annual leave, but you go back and replace all the hours that you've taken from UTM. The question is, my friend, how many the quality of Muhammad Saad that we have in Malaysia? A father perhaps had nothing, no qualification, just an ordinary father and whatnot, but can give this integrity advice to her Dr. Maisarah. Okay, so this is a beautiful integrity story that relate to us by Dr. Maisara based on her life experience. So hope we can learn something from her. And then because sometimes, okay, this is real things. Sometimes we need to attend some personal personal things that we need to attend urgently. Okay, which is we should not plan, because sometimes we receive a call from the school, ask us to go to the school because our sons or daughter involved in blah blah blah. Then we need to discuss. This is unplanned situation, for example, right? So when we seek the permission from our head or from our manager, from our department head to leave to leave our office to attend our personal matters out there, he or she is only giving us the permission to go, but not has the authority to say that it's okay, you don't have to perform that 4 hours, we still give you a complete salary at the end of the month. No. Because it is our duty, our responsibility, our accountability to fulfill that official working hours for our employees and whatnot. Okay, this is what we learned from Dr. Maisara. Now, this is another signboard. Okay, signage. It's a very big one. If you were to go to UKM Cheras, HUKM Cheras, you can see this signboard. Okay, at the side entrance. Okay. Penguatkuasaan peraturan berkaitan pematuhan waktu bekerja penjawat awam. Definitely, this particular signboard is not meant for people like me. My late mother was treated in this hospital, okay, and this particular signboard is not for people like me. It's not for my mother. It's not for the patient. It's meant for the penjawat awam. Can be for the doctor, can be for the nurses, can be for the attendants, and whoever administrative staff for this particular HM. Okay. I make this section bigger on this waktu bekerja, okay, even though it's wilayah persekutuan, but I think it's the same, okay. So waktu kerja berperingkat, your working hours Isnin sampai Jumaat, you can come to work as early as 7:30 or as late as 8:30. Then you have your waktu rehat 1 to 2 in the afternoon, and sambung bekerja 2 sampai 4:30 or until 2:45 to 5:30 in the afternoon. The question is, where is the 10:30 break? Where is the 3:30 break or the 3 o'clock break? None. But why there are many people still doing it? Right is right, even no one is doing it. Wrong is wrong, even everyone is doing it. That's why when I asked you the question earlier, are you doing it for the sake of following others, or are you doing it of your own willing? I don't have the answer. You have the answer for this. Okay, so when we see there are so many government servants taking break at 10:30, sometimes 10:30 up to 12:30, sometimes depends on where you are. You can observe this many times. Then the afternoon breaks and whatnot, which based on your peraturan, based on regulation, there's no such breaks in between. Okay, so think about it, my friend. Now, so I want to share something about stress at work. Of course, sometimes we are stressed at work, and this could be one of the video that shows that someone is really stressed in the working place. such incident never happen in IUM or in any universities. Now, in that kind of situation, what we should do, that's why we need to be sensitive with our surrounding. Okay, when you see that our colleagues is having problems and whatnot, offer yourself. How can I assist you? Macam ni saya boleh tolong anda. How can I assist you? That kind of thing. Rather than you allow him to being provoked continuously with the situations and whatnot, that may happen in our working environment. Just an example, yeah. And then when we are having this work from home recently, okay, we have experienced this more than 2 years now. Okay, is it really a rahmat or bala, for example? Okay, benefits, this is what we expect to happen. All under one roof, father, mother, daddy, it's more in one roof. Okay, you can see your son, you can see your husband, your wife, blah, 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 in the same roof. Then people say that it's easy to manage, easy to observe them, and then you can foster family ties, relationship and whatnot. This is the benefit that we say lah. Then sometimes we also do multitasking and we enjoy new routines. Sometimes we only use our weekend to clean up the house, to make up the house and whatnot. But because of this pandemic, we can start to do more and more things at one time. Okay, you can still have a meeting while you have do some cooking on the stoves and whatnot, and then you can learn and experience new household skills that you rarely do it before. And then people say it's cost saving. Really, we don't know. Okay, but disaster, the reality is sometimes it's very challenging environment. Okay. When we do online learning, are you satisfied that your students understand about it? What is their response? Are they ready for this online learning? What kind of learning satisfaction that we have? As I mentioned earlier, being a master trainer, a certified master trainer, my satisfaction is more if I can meet you in person. Okay, I can meet you in person. But then again, the next issue, in gadget, is it sufficient? Do you have only one laptop in the house for the rest of the family to use it? For the work, for children, learning and whatnot, that kind of thing. Then sharing of gadget. And then because we are working and learning at the same time, then working and running households matter concurrently, actually not easy. Really not easy. And then sometimes we have non-helpful members of the family. Even though you give instructions to them, you tell them nicely, but since the thing is new to them, sometimes they just ignore. Okay, and relates to the learning just now. What about the internet line in your area? Okay, particularly in the rural areas and whatnot, this is real big problems. Okay, that we face during the work from home situation that we had before. Okay, but this is a good learning experience, but then again, we need to improve it from time to time. Now, we are in the dilemma, being our staff in the IUM, even in other universities, we face all this dilemma between our family and our career. Okay, we want to give our best in our work and whatnot, but at the same time, we have a family to be taken care of. And then we talk about the instruction and execution. Sometimes some people, they cannot receive instructions after instructions and whatnot. But certain people, we just give it to me lah, never mind, I will execute it. Okay, but sometimes certain people, when you give certain direction, certain instruction, they questions about the instructions again. Hey, why we need to do like this? We need to do like this. Why this instruction always come to me and not to other staff and whatnot? For example, and then we also in a dilemma in managing our customers. Okay, in managing our customers. When we talk about online registrations and whatnot, sometimes people really want to speak to the person who handles it, right? And then that one, we talk about your external customers. And customers to you, to IUM, even for other overseas, is very, very important. And we have also our own internal customers. Our internal customer can be our colleagues, can be our family members and whatnot. So this is another challenging thing. And then, yes, from colleagues, as I mentioned, and we are also sometimes in dilemma between the official and our private time, okay, our personal times. So these are the things that we face regularly in our life. If you have integrity, my friend, then you know how to manage this. If you don't have integrity and you keep on blaming others, giving complaints and whatnot, okay? Now, allow me to share with you this another beautiful video about stress. Take a look at this.
Happy? Mari, sini. 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 Bateri? No, no. Tak boleh. Tunggu. Tak boleh makan, tunggu. Tak boleh makan, ah. Saya kira 3 baru makan, ah. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, T. 4, 5, 6, T. 7, 8, 5, 1, 6, 3.
Now, are you stressful watching at this video? Okay, are you stressful? Are you angry with the owner? Now, but what that we learn from this dog? Number one, the value of integrity that it shows to us is obedient. Okay. Number two, it is very disciplined creatures, right? And then the way he listened to the instruction. So he give attentions to what being instructed by the owner. So similar thing that we I don't know how much that this this video had that share with us, this kind of thing. So it's up to us. As I said, integrity is all the good values that you know, you understand, and you do it, you practice it in life. That's why I said sometimes you know about it, but you don't just ignore it. Okay, you know that being disciplined stuff is good, but you just ignore it. Sometimes you just langgar all these peraturan and whatnot. Okay, so these are the situation that we can learn from this particular video. So what's next? At the end of our stressful situations and whatnot, what will we get? Religious obedience. Do we have times to go to the mosque, to the surau, after works and whatnot? And then we really make money from all our efforts and hard works and what that we do. What about the time that we need to spend with the family? Sometimes, since we are so busy, we can't even spend much time with our family to see our child's growing, for example. And then what happened to our health? Relationship with others, with our neighbors, with our colleagues, with our community, so on and so forth. What about the free time that you have? Okay, and then are you being famous because of your busyness and whatnot? Then what happened to your career? Okay, then are you debt free or not? Because of this busyness and whatnot, you set the time for you at the age of, for example, at 45, I want to be a debt free person. For example, did you realize that or not? Okay, so take a look at the next quote. It's not stress that kills us, it's our reaction to it. It will make us stressful. Okay, now we are in segment number 5 that we are not perfect. Okay, we are not perfect. Okay, now who is this, my friend? I think everybody knows her. She's very famous, very popular, and she's very beautiful. Okay, so this is Datuk Siti Nurhaliza. And who is this? This is Nilofa. Okay, this is Linda Rafa. Pretty? Yes, they are all very pretty. And think about this. Farid Ahmad, handsome? Yes. Okay, this another actor, ada lupa nama dia, tak apa, kita ingat sebut balik. This Datuk. And then Shah Rukh Khan, of course, everybody knows him. Okay, and then this is Singham hero in the Tamil movies and whatnot. And then this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I'm showing with you all these handsome and beautiful, women created by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala for us to look at, for us to admire, for us to put like, hey, I want to be like him, I want to be like her, for example. But please remember, behind all this, we all of us come from the same system. This is the integrity lesson from all of us. No matter who we are we a professor, full professor, associate professor, a doctor, just an ordinary staff of IIUM, all of us come from the same system, from same complex system created by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. If any of this system is not functioning, my friend, we are nothing. We are completely nothing. So I'm telling myself, I want all of us to think about it as well. We are nothing without God willing. Tanpa izin Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, we are nothing. Okay? Please thank Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that all our system at this present moment are working very, very well and perfectly very well. If any of the system is not functioning, my friend, all the beauties, handsome, it's just got no meaning at all. Okay? Take a look at this another beautiful video on integrity. Maybe you have seen it earlier, but look at it again from the integrity perspective. Okay, so what can we learn from the video just now? Number one, we are so small and nothing. We are so small and nothing. With Allah willing, that's where we're able to contribute to others. That's why I'm here. I'm able to be, to share with you some of these sharings, knowledge about, experience about integrities and whatnot. We are actually nothing. Okay, there's no reason for us to be proud of ourselves or to others that we are so good in this, so good in that. No. Okay. Again, without Allah's willing, nothing can happen. And then whatever things that we possess or acquire, they are merely temporary. Okay. Allah can take it anytime that He wants. It's not just to take whatever things that we have, that we possess. He can take even our life. Okay. So it's how powerful that Allah can be. Then to Allah, all of us are the same. There's no difference between us. Okay. So while we are still alive, please share it to others as much as we can in this life. Because I want to share with you the second video. Okay, this is another integrity video, and think about what you see from this video.
लोगों को आते हैं दो नजर हम मगर देखो दो नहीं ओ जुदा या खफा खुदा है दुआ ऐसा हो नहीं खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है सारी जिंदगी ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे.
So what can we learn from this video, my friend? Number one, you are not able to live alone. Yeah? No matter who you are, what kind of position that we have, what kind of knowledge that we have and whatnot. Sometimes we just not be able to live alone. We need others. Okay, we can say that we can never say that we are perfect, of course. And sometimes people are looking for us for some advice and whatnot. But in life, in reality of life, sometimes we also need from others. For others to contribute to us. We need others to make some mistakes so that we learn from them. Okay. Then number two, at times we need the help and support from our colleagues, friends, and others. Okay. And then appreciate others' presence, help, and be thankful in life. Yeah. So we don't have much time left, but allow me to share with you some of this information. Okay, I just want to share with you some of these things. Okay, now, please say no to these 4 words. Okay, from this point onwards, in life, please say no to these 4 words. Number one, please say no to complain. Okay, say no to complain. Don't be like people who always like to complain about others, about the university, about the system, about the administrations, about the student, about the lecturer, about the faculty. No, stop complain. From this point onwards, stop complain. Number two, stop blaming others for whatever failure that come across in our life. Please do not blame others, but instead blame ourselves. Okay, blame ourselves because we have not done enough to prevent that certain things from happening. We are not do good enough so that the levels of our integrity can be pushed up further. Say no to blame. The third one, please say no to excuse. Say no to excuse. These are a group of people who love to give a lot of excuses in life, in their working life, in the family, in way back home, in the communities and whatnot. Okay. And last but not least, please say no to gossip. Okay. Please say no to CBEG, C-B-E-G. This is what I learned from Dr. Lawrence Walter. Okay, during my certified master's training program. Stop these 4 words, then you can see more success in our life and whatnot. So just say no. Okay. Now, I'm about to complete this session. I want to conclude this session by sharing with you this story. Okay, the story of Gibo. Gibo used to be a clerk, working in a big corporation by the name of Selfridges. One day, the phone rang and Gibo answered the call. The caller wanted to speak to the owner of the company, Mr. Selfridges, who happened to be in that room at that particular moment. Okay, then came instruction from the owner, Mr. Selfridges, to Gibo. Remember, Gibo is just a clerk. Okay, then when the caller wanted to speak to Mr. Selfridges, then he received instruction from Mr. Selfridges saying that Gibo, tell him that I'm out. Please tell him that I'm not around. Okay, something like that. That's the instruction given by the owner of the company. But Gibo did it differently. He pick up the phone and give it to the boss. Boss, you tell him yourself that you are out. How many of us have gone through this kind of real life experience? And how many of us dare to do what Gibo did? You are saying no to the owner of the company, who is your employer, but something about integrity. If you want to say that you're out, then tell it yourself. But this is Gibo reply. Look, if I can lie for you, I can lie to you, and I never will. So Mr. Selfridges learned so much from Gibo on this date, and from that time onward, Gibo became the most trusted employee of this particular organization. Okay, now we don't have much time left, so this is the conclusions that we can make from these particular sessions. Don't expect for perfections, but give our best in everything that we do. Everything that we do in life, in IIUM, in your work, in your community, you just give your best. It is impossible to realize everything that we wish, okay? But be grateful to what we have, and be grateful Allah will give us more, okay? Then feel great when we are able to make others happy, okay? This is another values of integrity. Then we are not perfect, and we'll continue to face more and more challenges when we are still alive. Yeah. And then last but not least, you are still alive, and we can continue to do more self-reflections on ourselves. This is what called muhasabah diri. Okay. Before we being be audited by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala in Masha later on, continue to have this self-reflection every day. Every day. Just to look at ourselves, how much do we have contributed to ourselves, to our family, to our community, to this particular organization, so on and so forth. Okay, with that, I stop my presentation. Unless you have any questions for you to ask me. Okay, we have a couple of minutes before we end the sessions. So I open for any questions, if any, so that I can respond to you. If I'm not able to respond to you directly or instantly, then perhaps I'll come back to you later through Puan Fauziah and whatnot. Please, if any.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Roslan, for the interesting talk. Now, if anyone have any question, you guys can turn on your mic or leave the question at the chat box, so the speaker will answer it.
Or I hope that you can understand the things that I try to put things across for this integrity and whatnot. As the name of the topic suggests, let's make integrity practical, okay? Simple and practical. We know about it, but the challenge is whether you want to do it or not, okay? Whether you want to do it or not. So I'm very proud to be here today with all of you in IIUM. So then I'm happy to be here, and thank you, Puan Fauziah, for allowing me to be in this particular program with you in IIUM and other staff from other universities and whatnot. I hope that this is not the first time that we meet virtually. If happen that you meet me outside, please introduce yourself. Then I know that I met some new friends. Okay, I met some new friends from all these universities, particularly IIUM. Okay, apologize from me for any shortcoming weaknesses in my presentations. I don't mean that to be to be like that and whatnot. But I hope that one of these days I can come in person and to see all of you, and can make more friends and have better and interesting sessions together. With that, thank you very much again to all of you. Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri, maaf zahir dan batin, and back to you, Hakim.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Roslan. maybe you can, if someone want to ask direct question, maybe you can leave the your email or your contact number. Is it can? To the chat box, Encik Roslan?
Yeah. Ada ke? If you can read for me the question kalau I tak perasan.
No, they have no question from daripada YouTube.
Excuse me, Mr. Roslan.
Yeah.
Can I have your time for a minute?
Boleh, can.
I'm Hazrin, one of fellow internal auditor. It's rarely to meet one of the seniors auditor from outside.
Hazrin, yeah, okay.
Actually, I've been in internal auditing for, I think, for 9 years already.
Okay.
And currently, I'm pursuing my professional certificates, certified internal auditor.
Okay.
So now, kebetulan jumpa our seniors. So I would like to ask lah, what is the best advice that seniors can give to our young auditors?
Okay. This is very interesting, yeah. When I started my career as an internal auditor, it was way back in 1988 when I was in public bank, right? And then at that time, I was trained by all my seniors who are old school auditors. Old school auditors, they are synonym to the tagline, they are fault finders. So when I joined them as a junior auditor at that time and whatnot, I switched the approach. First, make friends with your auditee. Make friends with your auditee. Make friends with them. Don't go to audit and give them a long list of files. I want this, I want it by 12 o'clock. No, please don't do that. Avoid that. Approach your auditees as a friend, because you want to get their buy-in of your presence. All right, number one. Number two, you want to buy their trust that you are here you are not doing fault finders. You are here to assist you, to be the internal consultant. Okay, to identify any weaknesses, if any non-compliance, for example, and we want to advise you so that you don't repeat it in the future, for example. And then for things that you can, I sometimes use the word discounts of the findings and whatnot. What are the things that we can resolve it there and then? You can resolve it, but don't put it in the report. And then from my experience, in my old days as internal auditors, the moment you approach him like a friend, be friend with them and whatnot, and then when they buy your trust, sometimes when you ask for one, they will give you 10. They give you more than what you expect, because they are really waiting for someone who can really be a good listener, who can really listen to them, what they are trying to say. When I was in the bank, in bank, couple of banks before, so there are many people who wanted to tell us about their branch managers, their head of departments and whatnot. So sometimes we need all these private times, okay? This personal time, man-to-man, listen to them, give, be a good listener and whatnot. Then only you start to take actions. Even though you are junior auditors and whatnot, use this opportunity to improve many skills that you need. The interpersonal skills, your negotiation skills, for example, and your writing skills and whatnot, okay? And use the opportunity to give your ideas, how best you can contribute. Sometimes people blame the system, sometimes people blame the SOP. This is old-time SOPs, but how much you can do to improve the situation, okay? To improve the situation. So that's the thing. I hope I answer you, Azrin. Any other questions, if I can respond?
Okay. No. Okay, I think that's all for the question. So, Alhamdulillah. Thank you for the question and thank you, sir, for the answer. We would like to express our deep appreciation to Mr. Roslan and SP Setia Berhad. We are very privileged to have the opportunity to brief from his insight and experience. It hope that will increase our knowledge and strengthen the good governance and culture integrity and good value within di IUM. So, ladies and gentlemen, brother and sister, thank you for your active participation for this program. You guys can watch this previous program at our YouTube channel, IUM MSD Competency Development. If the contents benefit you guys, please consider to like, subscribe, and share our channel to others. And don't forget to type in the attendance and evaluation form to get the CPD point. So thank you again, guys. Have a safe trip back and stay safe. And please follow all the SOP. Thank you. And we will end the session with tasbih, kafarah, and salawat. Subhanakallah.
Thank you, Cik Roslan.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Cik Roslan. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Cik Roslan.
Thank you.